I'm ready.
Ready?
Oh, apparently we're live. Hi, everyone. My name is KateLibC, and this is Mario's Missing, and I am joined by the ever so lovely Tina Hacks. Hi, Tina.
Hey, this game is... It exists. It's interactive software. You were able to purchase it in the 90s. Most people didn't.
And most people were surprised to find out that it wasn't your typical Mario game, which actually brings me to the thing I need to do, which is to hit reset on this console. And you'll notice here that it's actually not made by Nintendo. It's made by the software Toolworks. There's a whole bunch of games that were released by this company in the 90s that had Mario's intellectual property. And it was Mario's Missing, and this came out not only on the Super Nintendo, which is what we're playing it on, but also on the NES and on the PC and Mac, which is very strange. And the same happened for Mario's Time Machine, which is in the same lieu. So I'm going to go dive right into this here. So without further ado, I will count down in 3, 2, 1, and go. All right. So you may have noticed right off the bat, I'm not playing as Mario, I'm playing as Luigi.
He's missing.
Luigi's missing, or is Mario missing?
Mario's missing. I think that's at least one of the major plot points.
Yeah. Why is Mario missing? That's the question.
Okay. Well, it's not entirely clear, but apparently Bowser got a little bit bored of kidnapping Princess Peach, and so he decided that he was going to kidnap Mario this time, and also that he's going to destroy the world, which is not his normal shtick. So, it's interesting.
Yeah, and he was going to destroy the world by stealing items from around the world to then raise funds to melt the polarized caps using hair dryers.
Correct, yes.
Because, one does.
So, as you're already able to see, Carrie is running around and stomping Koopas, and sometimes those Koopas have items. So Carrie has done a tremendous amount of work reverse engineering and documenting the way that RNG works in this game. So the order of cities that she visits is going to be completely set. And as soon as she arrives in a city, everything starts just running. So all of these NPCs moving around, Carrie knows where they're going to be as long as she does things the exact same way every single time. In theory, she shouldn't ever end up killing an enemy unless either it will eventually be in her way. You'll notice that for both Koopas, which you would otherwise be killing, and for the human NPCs, if they're in front of you when you're crossing the street, you'll wait very politely before you look both ways, which is correct. You should do that and cross the street. And then on top of that, the order of cities also impacts other things with the RNG, in particular, the questions, which she's never going to get wrong, so won't matter, but if she started getting them wrong, she would get some time delay and it would change orders of questions, and we'd all be very upset.
So one slight correction on that, actually. The questions are actually dictated by the RNG unless you get them wrong. So the RNG right now is strictly me manipulating the city order and just grabbing items as I go along. So what happens in this game is when you load the city, it has a number that is generated every time you start up the game, and that number then dictates which sprite slots gets an item. And that actually allows me to consistently know where the items are located on the map, because what the game does is those sprite slots are then organized around like on the map. And when you actually go, when you go and select the city, it then goes, okay, well, it was at this coordinate before, and as a result, it's going to be, the items are going to appear in this spot. So basically, like, every city has a value, and by selecting this city in that order, it dictates where the sprites are going to show up in like the city after that.
So, hey, Carrie, there's one thing that I really think is impressive about this game, and it's already shown itself, I think. And that's the 3D graphics in this game. Don't you think that they're excellent?
They're strange.
I especially love how they exist at all, which I know they do because I've got the original advert for this game from Nintendo up, extolling the virtues of both 2D and 3D graphics.
Well, yeah, like the Super Nintendo was a 3D powerhouse, right? It had 3D acceleration built in.
It did.
There you go. That's it. So as long as I stay on this city order that I'm in right now, I will always be able to predict where the items are going to be. Oops. One annoying thing, though, is Peach is like omnipresent the whole time in this, and what happens is if you get a question wrong, she will make it very aware to you that you got it wrong, and will make you wait 30 seconds to answer that question correctly. Oops, actually I wanted that anyway. So like, it is imperative that I don't make any mistakes.
And since all of the questions are factually correct, that's not too hard, right?
Sure. Everything is factually correct in this game. They made no mistakes with the questions in this game at all. This is a factually correct game. Everything is 100% correct. There are no flaws and no spelling errors or anything like that.
Yes, absolutely true. So for those of you playing the home game, the way that you can play along is by watching the questions. Carrie has memorized all the answers, so she doesn't really need to read and parse any of that at this point. But you should be watching for interesting mistakes that they've put in for what the correct answers are, or spelling errors. Those are fun to spot too.
Oh, I'll stop. Assuming that I don't make any mistakes, I will stop for the one spelling error that I can easily point out. It's a pretty funny spelling error, and it's just a funny spelling error. The interesting thing about this game was that there was actually, like, as I said, like 3 different versions, and there's actually variation between all of the games as a result. So like, not all the cities that exist in the Super Nintendo release exist in the oh, that's wrong. I wanted to go away. No, go away. There we go. I think that was the canon. No, that was wrong. That was not that. Sorry, I actually should keep going. So like, for example, there are no Canadian cities in this version of Mario's Missing, but in the PC release, there's, I think it's Montreal, and in the NES release, there is Toronto. Where is it? And I want to go this way. The funny thing is that the Super Nintendo version and the PC version were all developed in the same studio, so it was in the Bay Area. And then the NES release was made by Radical, aka Activision. What's the height for this one? It's 107. Made by Activision here in Vancouver. So, but they didn't bother putting Vancouver in any of the games, which made me sad. All right, we visited Moscow, by the way. I didn't even mention what city we were in. So now we're going to Rome. I should actually mention what cities we've been going to. So so far we've been, what was it? San Francisco, Nairobi, Beijing, Moscow, and now we're in Rome. So one little safety thing I do here is I actually get off the pipe before I do anything, and the main reason for that is leaving the level will change the RNG. And if I inadvertently hit down while I'm on top of that pipe, it makes me leave the level. And if I leave the level, it doesn't matter if I go back to the city, it changes the RNG. And as a result, I don't want to do that, because if I don't know the what's going on in the game, I will not know where the items are. Oh, my made a mistake on that question, so that's fine. This is like one of the safest places to make a mistake on, but it means I gotta like come back to it. So, but that's okay. I always mix up 8072 and BC 72, and the answer is 8072. Not that anyone saw the question. All right, so let's go this way. All right, how many of you know Latin? Because it'll help you on this question here. Oh wait, because now everything is all... So now that I made a mistake on the questions, I actually may not be able to show the spelling mistake. Maybe I might get lucky and I'll make the mistake that I always make when we get to Athens. All right, so it's a fountain, we're trying to run. Okay, cool. Let's go back down. Yoshi is such a trusty steed. Hey, Tina.
It's true. He's a good horse.
Cool, there we go. There we go, fix that. This is like probably the safest question to make a mistake on. All right, so we're gonna do our first boss fight. The boss reads your inputs. It's really annoying. But one thing I'll point out is you actually can't die in this game. Maybe if I'm lucky. Nope, I won't get a double on that one there. I'll try to get a double. There we go. So that's the first boss. That was easy. So now we're gonna go to Paris. This one is actually one of the... I guess I should probably talk about routing in this game because it's really important. So
That's
we're not talking...
a ton of your work, so yeah.
Yeah, so the thing that really makes this game interesting to race is the fact that there are tons of pipes in this game. And the pipes actually make it easier for you to get around the city. And if you know where the pipes go, you can just blast your way through the city, no problem, really quickly. So as a result, like, I have 2 items already. I need to go to Notre Dame, which is off towards the right of the map. So let's go into this pipe, which then pushes me all the way to the other side. And now I can answer the first question that I've got to answer. So Notre Dame in English means I gotta like think about this now, and then it means Gothic. Okay, cool. And we'll wait for the Koopa to go by, and goodbye. There we go. So this is not the item, but I always do this as a safety. So one of the things I've been working on for a while is actually like reverse engineering this game. I know far more about this game than any human being really should. And that's just because...
That's correct.
Thanks, Tina. It just started as a joke. I was one day I suggested that somebody should play it, and then somebody else played it, and then I started playing it, and then one day I noticed that the RNG was really weird, and I was just like, okay. Why is the RNG so weird? And I spent all this time like, okay, well, how's this RNG work? What does it affect, and all that sort of thing. And then eventually, I recently put out a randomizer that just changes the sprite order prediction. And it's been fun because it's actually the first time I ever bothered to do any sort of game hacking because, well, this sort of thing is sort of my job, so I guess I don't really spend a lot of time in front of game code, right? So it's been really fun actually taking apart this game and understanding why it's so weird. Alright, so we're gonna go to the right, I'm gonna grab an item from here. No, it's not you, it's one of these. No, is it you? Yeah, it's you. So let's go up here. So like knowing where the pipes go is useful for just getting around town really quickly. Oh, wrong one. So we need the flutes. If you can fit 600 people, it's built to 1908. So one of the things, Tina, you mentioned earlier was the whole Yoshi waiting patiently to cross the street, and the same goes for Luigi. That actually depends on where the where the sprites are located. So if they're actually behind you, like, sorry, not be like if they're in the foreground, then they'll actually not stop you if you're going up. But if you're going down, then they'll stop you.
Yeah, it's all about occlusion.
Yeah, exactly. All right. We're going to door 2. So that was Buenos Aires. We're going to Mexico City now. All right. So let's find. I think we go to start on the right. Yeah, we do. I am so like nervous about like hitting down on the blue pipe. I've done it twice, and it's like it just ruins your run.
I mean, if anything, I feel like if it happened, it would just be giving the people more of what they want. It's bonus Mario is missing and bonus KateLibC.
I think
maybe don't do it. Maybe also don't do it.
Yeah, I think one of those two is really appreciated, but oh yeah, they'll honk at you if you try to go up the middle of the street. But I feel like Mario's missing is an acquired taste.
Yeah, but I mean, the audio, the sprite, this is a masterpiece by any definition.
Sure.
Why else would you have been playing it so much?
Because I want to know how the RNG works. That's literally how it is. That's how it is. Like, that's actually how I got to speedrun the game all the times. I literally just got interested in the RNG.
Yeah, that's what made me start speedrunning too. It's a gateway drug. First you're reverse engineering some software, then all of a sudden you're like streaming on Twitch and like speedrunning, you have a timer up, and then you're in marathons. It's a thing.
It is, exactly. So there we go. There's Mexico City. It was an accurate representation of Mexico City. There's no such thing as skyscrapers or public transportation there. It's just, that's Mexico City, right? Everything is an accurate representation of every city. Like here we're going to Sydney, right? Nothing is upside down, but that's normal.
Once you're in Sydney, it looks like it's right side up. It's just the way that the world works.
So
it is actually upside down, though. That's important.
Yes. I have an OBS plugin that fixes that. And eucalyptus, cool. This level is actually one of my least favorites because it's kind of not easy to optimize. There isn't really any usefulness to the pipes that are in this level. And as a result, I find myself often having to just zip around and just kind of following streets. Like that pipe usage I had there is pretty much the only pipe usage that I'm going to use at this level, which is unfortunate. I have been like trying to figure out like I have been writing like on and off, like looking into how to like do map finding in this game, using that knowledge about the RNG, but it's really like one of those games where like you have to spend a lot of time just kind of like studying the map and where all the pipes go and all that sort of thing. But eventually, when I finally finish this project, I can make a bulletproof speedrun of this game. And I know I'm saying bulletproof when it comes to speedrun, but like this game is actually more linear than it looks. But racing this is actually a lot of fun, and I highly encourage if anyone wants to like try this game, try and race it. It's actually that's where the fun is. There you go. So we're gonna go to Greece. There's actually a mistake on here. I have no idea if it's gonna show up because I made that mistake with the questions earlier. But there's an object that is in this level that doesn't exist anywhere else. Sorry, that doesn't exist. And it's really silly. So, where is it you? All right, so there's 2 items on this street, and then there's 1 item on the street I'm about to go up to. I think this is gonna be the coop that meets me right there. There we go. That's it. So you have all the items. This is like the quickest, quickest level in the game. So this is a brass plaque. It doesn't exist. I don't know why they did this, why they took that as the item, but they did. But it just doesn't exist. game is factually correct everywhere, though. Built the Acropolis, and it's built to honor Athena. There we go. One other thing you may have noticed that is that I immediately go and select the city, and that's actually important for two reasons. One, I believe it's a requirement to finish the level, but it's also a requirement to actually bring Yoshi, and having Yoshi increases your speed by about 25%. So it's actually pretty important to select Yoshi, because the time savings by wandering around the globulator are negated by, like the time lost from using the globulator is negated by having Yoshi on hand. That went way smoother than it normally does here. So
that was a really clean boss fight. The boss is really, really temperamental in this game. It reads your inputs, and while you can't die, you can lose a million years.
You can lose them, yeah, because it'll want to go to it'll want to go away from you every time, which makes sense. But you won't die, like I said. Like, you can wait for it to come back. It's just waste time, right? So this is Cairo. This is going to be really, really straightforward here. The two items are actually on the street that I'm going to enter right now. There's one item. It's the one on the left. No, it's this one here. That's it. I have all the items. That's it. That was all I had to do. Pyramids face the north and it weighs 2.5 tons. Get the who gave this? The Greeks, and it's located in Giza. There we go. We visited Giza, everyone. I like to visit Egypt. Egypt seems like a nice place to visit. Quite historically, rather. They traded the obelisk and the Sultan's crypts. That's it. That's all you have to do. And let's go on this pipe. Again, knowing the pipes is useful because I'm back where I started. And that was Egypt, everyone. So, Tina, we're gonna go to New York. What is wrong with this map? Can you tell everyone?
Nothing's wrong with any of these maps. They're all perfect. What are you talking about? We've already established that this game is factually correct in every way.
Yeah, but name the boroughs of New York.
Well, let me think. There's Manhattan.
Yes.
Ooh. Yeah, they forgot Manhattan a little, didn't they?
No.
Wasn't it Manhattan that got left out? Oh, no. Now I feel bad.
No, it's so you start in Queens, which is fine. But we're now in Manhattan. There is only let me answer these silly questions. There's only a portion of Queens, a little bit of Staten Island, and there's a little bit of Jersey, and then there's Manhattan. This is a Mario game, and if anyone had watched the Super Mario Brothers Super Show when they were a young kid, where did they live?
That one I actually don't know the answer to. I did watch the Super Mario Brothers Super Show, but who boy was I ever not of an age that would have remembered that.
Well, they lived in Brooklyn, and there's like barely any representation of Brooklyn in this game. I actually don't think that's Staten Island. I think that's actually a portion of Brooklyn. But like, there's nothing about Brooklyn in this game, despite the fact that in the Mario movie and in the Mario TV show, there was never. So it was always Brooklyn and nothing about Manhattan. But yet everything's in Manhattan because reasons. But we're in Tokyo now. Never mind about New York. So we're gonna go all the way over to Japan. And this is actually my weakest part of the run. It's just because it's really difficult to optimize this map just because of how linear it is. And as a result, I'm using a path that I think works just fine. It's like, where's the items here? Yeah, they're gonna be over here. So we're gonna go and go to the right. And unfortunately, this is just the part that isn't all that great for me. But I have 2 items now, and I can just do this question and go grab the last item really quickly. Tidal wave, 37 feet. Yeah, we're all learning stuff here, and I'm sure you can read the questions as fast as I pull them up.
Well, again, everybody has the VOD available to them, and all of these questions are 100% factual. Personally, what I love about Japan is just how easy it is to buy a car. That I feel is represented well in this game. Cars are ubiquitous. Everybody drives one all the time, everywhere, and it's very easy to get them.
Yeah, like, well, everyone has watched Initial D, right? I don't know how many people. I don't know. Actually, Tina, have you ever watched Initial D?
I actually haven't. I should at some point. Not every, but it is often the case that at GDQs there will be a Initial D tournament, and as such, I feel like I should have watched the anime at some point.
Well, yeah. What's that, Dijon?
Multi-track drifting?
Slightly different, but yeah, same basic idea.
Same idea. So we're going to Rio de Janeiro. One of the things that's really obnoxious about this game is the overusage of certain music. Everything's kind of a riff off of like the Super Mario World theme. And the thing that is really annoying is that some cities have their own music, but then other cities do not. And what's really annoying is like everyone in South America just ends up with the same song, and in Latin America. And as we all know, there's no cultural differences between Brazil, Argentina, and Mexico. Like, they're all the same, right? I say that crying and self-dancing.
Yeah, it's a game that was definitely extremely developed in, let's say, North America.
Despite the fact there's 2 cities that are in the same country in this game.
Yep.
There we go.
Do we have time for a couple of donations?
By all means, please do.
Okay. We've got $50 from Skybills, who says, "Good luck to Carrie on her run. What an awesome game to start off the Mario block. Also, shoutouts to Dijon on host." And then we've got $25 from Xandra, who says, "Hi, Carriad. Of luck in your any percent run of Montreal is missing." And then there's a heart.
I just realized I forgot an item. It's a good thing that I did actually catch that. That means I gotta backtrack. That's okay. Go ahead and read out more, because I gotta fix my mistake here.
All right, we've got $10 from Cleric, who says, "Mario is missing. Well, we'd better go find him so he can be in his own games for Mario Block. Let's see that perfect run in Super Mario Galaxy 2.
I have to admit, like, having this game open up for the Mario block, it made me chuckle a bit. It's like, heck yeah.
Well, Mario was banned from the last one, right?
Oh, was he?
I think so.
Oh, okay. Well, Yoshi does all that tax evasion, right?
That's canon.
Yeah, that's true. All right. I don't think I made any mistakes now. I can leave the level. And now we're gonna go to the last city, which is London. And then the London will just go right by. London is like really, really, really straightforward. So we'll see how this goes. London's a nice city. I was actually thinking about, it's like, how many of the cities in Mario's Missing have I actually visited? And I think it's about a third, which is kind of cool. And so seeing this game represent those cities in their own special way is really funny in some ways, and also kind of terrifying that this is the caricatures they chose for some of them. Here we go. Let's go up this way. There'll be a Koopa waiting for me with an item. this way. And then, there we go. So you gotta select a clock. So by the way, you may have noticed, I'm actually carrying all of the objects in my pockets.
Yep.
And no one ever really bats an eye at the idea of me holding all these objects in my pocket. Like, I just have all that
I've played
room.
RPGs. I know how this works.
I was kind of noticing in New York you had King Kong in your pocket.
Yeah, that's just how the game works. Oops. So here's, if it will do it, burial place. Oh, it's okay. All right, that's too bad. It has a spelling mistake and it spells monastery incorrectly, which is unfortunate. But that is my fault. So you can see the Thames from Tower London. So that's it. We visited London. That's all we did. Everyone's learned everything from this game. You can visit these cities, use these maps, and you'll know where you are. I can assure you that this is an accurate map of London, even though we never really looked at it. All right, here we go. So we're gonna do the last boss here. Oh, come on. I did figure out if you try and run alongside them after you make a mistake, they will go through. And time. There we go.
So this is a good ending. It is going to show why this is the only game that's going to be shown in this Mario block. Bowser will have finally been taken care of.
They're about to do something really horrendous here. I cannot believe that this was the last Mario game ever. Look at these impressive 3D graphics, though.
It's stunning, really.
Aww, poor Bowser. And he's frozen. And now he's dead. And that was it. We never had a Mario game after this.
Did he freeze and then melt?
He froze and then shattered.
Yeah.
Oh. This game is dark.
Thank you, Dave Ringhurst. We appreciate what you've done to Bowser.
So that's Mario's missing. The last Mario game that was ever made because Bowser is now dead. I want to thank Power Up with Pride for having me on. Please do continue to watch the marathon this weekend and donate to the Trevor Project. You know, they're a great organization, and you know, I'm super happy to see them having money raised for them. Tina, thanks for being on with me. I know it's super late for you, so
no, thank you for having me on. Super fun, and I mean, you already said it. What a great cause to be spending my time supporting.
Yeah, and Dijon, thanks for the host. And I haven't much else to say other than KateLibC is my Twitch handle. You know, do give me a follow. I stream a couple times a week, and looking forward to seeing what else comes up after this. The end.